I'm just writing a tweet. Okay, we are starting the stream. And let's start the game. Be warned, the game volume is just a bit loud. Colonel Sanders. Do, do, do. I still can't get over this game. Holy cow. So we shall continue from where we left off. At the 6th bite. I have a bowl of ice cream in front of me. An appropriate slumber food. Slumber party food. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. Oh dear. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Of course we're going to step up and tell them they're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool? Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, PhD Neko. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Sportsing court? Finally, a little sense. We breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Gonna have a bowl of ice cream now? Or a spoonful of ice cream? I hope the chewing sound's not too loud. Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh, geesh. Oh, geesh. Okay, another spoon of ice cream. Chocolate ice cream. 100 degrees? But there's about 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. But how would you have gotten into school without knowing that? Winter gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs did he say? 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You may not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Pardon me? Another spoon of ice cream? Mmm, 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 mmm. Ooh, my kitty wants some ice cream too. Tail wagging. Oh, oh. Speaking of tail wagging intensifies, my cat has jumped onto my desk and her butt went in front of the camera, blocking it. Oh, now she's in front of the camera again. Come on, girl. You keep blocking the camera with your butt, your tail, your body. Okay, let's try this again. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Giving her some head scratches. Ooh, she's purring. I don't know if you can hear her purr, but let me see if I can bring the mic up close. I don't think the microphone is picking up the cat purrs. But, yep, now she's blocking the computer screen. My apologies. I'm experiencing feline difficulties. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Oh, no, no. Now you're killing my ice cream. No, you're killing my ice cream. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Okay, there goes Kitty. What state of mind offers the most flavors? Gratitude? That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Ooh, yay! Mm, mm. Ice cream is so good. Hold on a second. I'm going to raise this microphone a bit higher over my head and hope that that helps with the not picking up my eating the ice cream. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Okay. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day, meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, a great time to harness energy. So, where does it come from? That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise from the arena and focus on your cooking. This is the sound of success. Sizzling. That's wrong. Oh, nuts. I didn't get a chance to look at the other options. Oh, don't make me hit the spray ball. Next question. Here's Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eyes. I believe in you, Pastry Nico. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you are doing. Now all I can think about is Colonel Sanders. Noodles really takes a traditional... What were you thinking? You get back get your mind back in the competition, okay? Grrr! You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. What the heck? How's that related? I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. Uh, oh my goodness. With crafting. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is not going well at all. Sorry. I'm having some chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips. You know, we have a second stomach just for chocolate ice cream and chocolate chips. Oof, oof. Oh boy. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. For you might not have any hands, but pastry maker does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hands into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Casey Nico, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed, but they quit spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stops what they're doing. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. Hmm. Ice cream. No, no. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of PhD Necko's injury. You see, Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he lops onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask PhD Neko to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Hmm. Ice cream. Yeah, yeah. Colonel, Sa- Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the white dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream, two ways tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Jelly? Mm-hmm. Ice cream. Mm-hmm. Yum, ice cream. Mm-hmm. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips. Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. I'm gonna put myself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Oh, geez. We did something wrong. Oh, well. Ice cream is so good. Game over? Oh. Try again. I guess we just screwed up too many times. Okay. Okay, I just have one more spoon of ice cream. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Ice cream is so good. Okay, on with the slumber party. Before anyone can relax, those cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Okay, today's lunch will be prepared via time cooking cook-off. Tell them you're on, okay? Since this is our second time going through this, I won't repeat everything that I said the first time in terms of reading the dialogue. Let's see if I can beat them. Like your caption. I'll look for your points. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Timer. Timer ready. Okay. Confidence. I will defeat you myself. Okay. Okay. Timer starting. 100 degrees Celsius. It's hot. What was that? Okay. It has 11 herbs and spices. Gratitude is most important. Okay. Okay. Draw a small town story. Oh. Okay, nutrition is focusing on cooking. Bubbling. Silence? That's right. When you taste your cooking, they will be so taken that they'll be able to speak. Okay. Okay. You notice Colonel Sanders at the eye. I believe in you, PhD Nico. Boys. Oh, there's a boys. It's actually sharing on. Oh boy, this is gonna be the hard part. Get right back in the competition. Oh, none of these answers seem stranded on an island. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Changing ring bells. Really struggling to keep up. Okay. I get injured here. Okay. Okay. I get the feeling that this game really does not uh, have much in the way of error forgiveness. Mistake forgiveness. I can speak English. That's over. Okay. We get to check out for dessert. So unlike last time where we got in the way, this time I think we should uh, internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and shamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried brow, you're meant for the excuse me, to be alone. Having a little bit of burpees here. Beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. Oh, Colonel Sanders, you can approach me directly anytime. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Don't you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, becoming incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. Oh boy, this game is hilarious. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so I lost my business partner to a gunfight. Really? That happened to Colonel Sanders in real life? And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while now. I didn't know. People see my delicious ribbon tie, I'm sorry, my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I've had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you are interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the battle scarred from the night before. You prepared for the worst. It's the sport monster. Orko? It is I. I know I said I would be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. One moment, I need to rub my nose. I'm, feeling a sneeze coming on. Okay, I'm going to mute so I don't sneeze into your ear. One moment. Okay, that might have been a false alarm. I felt the sneeze coming, but it didn't quite hit. Monster problems. Am I right? Oh, thanks, Marco. I'm glad that there are no hard feelings. Uh, Getting jumped by a giant monster in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see? I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Ooh, interesting. So I think we've seen these books before. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, PhD Neko. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. You have a hideaway? A personal invite. I can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. My cat's visiting me? Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavor and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crisp. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should I reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Uh, let's try revealing it. Look, you decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Luke's hideaway. Luke's hideaway? Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You guys, you realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you could look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. You tap on an item to discover more about the colonel. Oh, tap on it. Oh, let's. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Of course. Tap on item to discover more about the colonel. Uh, you take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Item. Let's see here. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them? Cheersing them? Hmm. You look closely and see that there's a short description. I wonder who my friend Pete is. This must be part of the real Colonel Sanders backstory, maybe? Ooh, a light just up here. You open the door to find Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in the scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, hear Colonel Sanders return. He has a new dish he's been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until it asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Hee 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 hee. Hoo 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 hoo. Hee 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 hee. Oh, oh, darn, the jacket. You forget to take it off. You say that now's the moment to make a big move. You tell him cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, PhD Nico? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Ooh, we slept at his place. He 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 he. Dream sequence. Oh boy. Oh dear goodness. Oh dear goodness. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. But did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. Ah, could they show him coming out of the shower? He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You know, guys, I actually do have a bit of a craving for fried chicken and mashed potatoes and biscuits right now. I tell you, this game is doing some weird psychological warfare on me. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. My, such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift at cooking? Cookery? Well, let's try taking down a peg. It's good, but my mom made better. Colonel Sanders' expression grew serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel, I know that what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool at the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Oh dear, did you pick the wrong choice? And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you'll not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. Excuse me. Mm, sorry about that. Ice cream, I love it. I have a second stomach for it. But it does make me a little bit burpy. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little mechanical guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on? The talking pressure cooker. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't get very time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Nothing happened. Miriam tells you to move on the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Really? Oh no, that's unfortunate. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because, he's Pop. What's the swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, PhD Nico, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Keiichi Neko, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting for it by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, ruby chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a load of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, PhD Neko. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, PhD Nico. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you covered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a book as a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. Open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, It would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's that is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I won't do it after all, at least in this iteration. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up, and he begins to breathe quickly. You must be hungry, reach for some old homework. Dogs can be rather predictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Let's see here. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. His focus is on the window. The room is deadly silent. When he follows his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here! Terrence, I will destroy you! Terrence! Sprinkles is barking furiously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named it Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, PhD Neko, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted. Coming back. Okay. I told you to save it for after class. Okay. You think I want to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clink appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clink's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep, brr. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clink begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panel, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Oh, jeez. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that. Clink burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clink slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. You and me, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to settle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off onto the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. Aw. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early and to prepare a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. PhD Nico's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh man. PhD Nico, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick with when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish? Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. Oh geez, I'm actually feeling like I want pot pie now. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a keeping helping of TLC, but it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Do you know how to draw tuba? It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Sorry, English part. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into the itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster! Oh my goodness. Van Man flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! Ashley scoops up pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula, really? Oh jeez. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-dist. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Who needs magic when when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, PhD Nico. Miriam notices too. Yay! And I've always believed in you, PhD Nico, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at her station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cooking time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient was made up, and where in the world did she get naivete from? Boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We sport monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate the battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Excuse me a moment. I'm gonna drink some tea. Okay. I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, this pork monster notices you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magic items and accidentally summon me, huh? Huh, yeah, guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was possibly lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, he tossed a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school? Or do you summon extra power from deep within yourself? We will summon the power deep within ourselves. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, PhD Neko. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You're interrupting my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. Excuse me. The ice cream I ate earlier is making me quite, burpy. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear PhD Nico, you have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed by your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and pulling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. The time expired. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems like we're missing some students. Pop? Clank. From off screen, you hear a pure, innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hehehe, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, do you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the competition, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in USCAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks. Clank. Where did the pressure cooker go off to? You wait to hear a signature verb, beat, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have got himself employed, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now the scrappy dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat of this itsy bitsy bowl? Narutomaki. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish after opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like to taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A plus, rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug. Thank you, PhD Neko, for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in a axe-hewn axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans into sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to sloosh around. Oof, oof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. I keep poking my tongue. Disqualified. A sudden turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified. For glamour? Don't discount Then, oh, okay. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up the bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That does look fancy. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, PhD Nico? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, who finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blew me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass. And you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. Uh, they all seem to transcend from this reality into another dimension. You win. Sorry, drinking some more tea. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how can they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete, and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. Oh boy. Sorry about that. I was uh, kind of rubbing my nose, because I can feel a sneeze coming on, and it makes the character model go wonky. The cafeteria has been completely decorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow, ow, ow. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. Now that everyone is together, it's the pork monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the pork monsters no more. From here out, I prefer everyone refer to me by my new name. New name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, he sees you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we have a new king, and we get a new queen on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I think I'm catching a cold. I can kind of feel my voice going a little bit. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Ooh, he's finally wearing a shirt. A t-shirt. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give him a bucket of chicken. It's not, it just give him a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Hey, Shineko, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of cooking school, academy for learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the teacher stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, PhD Neko. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Could you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear PhD Neko, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Is this the opening again? Yep. Yay, we finished. Gochiso-sama deshita. Thank you for watching. This has been PhD Neko finishing I Love Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Have a great rest of your night. Bye for now.